You ready for Thursday Night Football? You know Dave Richard is. He's going to give you his favorite player prop for the Eagles and the Bucs, and we'll give you some injury updates as well. Let's kick it off here on Fantasy Football today in 5, going around the NFL with some of the big injury news. How about Julio Jones practicing on Wednesday, Dave? They are facing the Bills on Monday night. The Bills are incredible against wide receivers. What is the Julio Jones addition, if he does play? What does this do for Tannehill, for A.J. Brown, for Jones himself?
I think it's great for Tannehill. It gives him the opportunity to have more targets to throw to that are considered reliable, a guy who can win contested catches in Julio Jones. And I think it's great for A.J. Brown. Certainly he won't see tougher coverage tilted his way against this Buffalo defense if Julio's on the other side. I have questions about Julio, whether or not he actually plays, how much he practices this week, how effective he'll be in his first game back. And I don't know how comfortable I'd feel starting him anyway, because we know how Buffalo's defense is, and they're absolutely great against receivers that stay on the sidelines, those perimeter outside guys. That's what Julio typically is. So it's like the perfect opponent for Julio to come back, get his feet wet, not rush him into fantasy lineups if we don't have to do it, and then maybe in week 7 and beyond, we start looking his way.
Chris Carson did not practice Wednesday, but the Seahawks plan on, they're not guaranteeing it, but they plan on Carson practicing on Thursday. So what do you think? What kind of workload would he get? Do you think he's splitting with Collins if he starts this week?
I think the Seahawks probably will go into the game with a certain plan of using both backs. And then if one of them gets a hot hand against the Steelers, they'll do whatever it takes to have a presence on the ground to help Geno Smith out. Can I promise you that one or both of these backs will be good against the Steelers' run defense? Absolutely not. I'm not going to do that. I think they would both be in that flex range in non-PPR leagues, and you'll probably find a receiver that you'd rather start over both of them in PPR leagues.
Do you think that Kadarius Toney is a start this week if Shepard and Slayton play and they both practiced on Wednesday?
Yeah, absolutely. I still believe that he's going to make plays for this Giants passing game. And the thing that I loved, I went back and watched his film today, and y'all saw it if you watched the game live. He had multiple contested catches down the sideline, the type of catch that maybe somebody like Julio Jones has made time and again. It was very different from what he did the week before, where he was catching a lot of shorter passes, a lot more in that short and intermediate area, and then made a play after the catch. He did that too in week number 5, but he proved that he can almost do anything that the Giants ask him to do. And this Rams defense is tough. They play a lot of zone. It's the type of defense that's perfect for Toney in terms of getting open in the middle of the field and then making a play after the catch. I would imagine he will still get a lot of targets against LA, even if those other receivers are there.
Bucks and Eagles on Thursday night. Favorite player prop. You all right over there?
I'm doing okay. I'm, week 6, starting to lose my voice. Don't worry, I'll be fine for all of our shows on Thursday and Friday. I'm going back to basics, Adam. I think that we need to find a receiver that we like who can hit his over in yardage. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm picking Chris Godwin. He actually has the highest over-under in yardage at 68.5 among all of his Bucks compadres. And I wonder if that's by design. I wonder if the odds makers think that people will gravitate toward Evans and toward Brown and not go after Godwin. But the fact of the matter is this Philadelphia defense, they play zone almost every single snap. They want offenses to attack the middle of the field, try and keep everybody in front of them. That's going to be their goal in this game against Tom Brady. Try and slow him down a little bit. I think Godwin's going to be open a lot. Could see him getting 100 yards in the game. So we're going to take the over on 68.5 yards on Chris Godwin. The streak starts on Thursday night.
All right. I'm going to try to let you off the hook here and get you got, like a throat drop. But let me see if I can get a couple of questions in from MSH. Gibson or Henderson, half PPR?
I'm going to lean toward Henderson against the Giants.
Okay, pick one. A.J. Brown, Robert Woods, or Antonio Brown?
I believe I have Brown ranked the highest of the 3.
Grade this trade. Adam Thielen, so he would actually give up James Robinson and Waddle and get Thielen, Julio, and Damian Williams. Half PPR.
I don't like it. I think the Robinson side is still stronger. But I do think Thielen bounces back this week. One thing I noticed on film is that Cousins really kind of ignored him for almost the entire game last week. And then once he really needed to move the ball down the field late against Detroit, Adam Thielen was not only there for him, but he was making plays. I bet Thielen has a good game this week.
All right, that is Dave Richard. I'm Adam Azer. Thank you so much for watching and listening to Fantasy Football Today in 5. And we will talk to you tomorrow when Chris and Dan recap Thursday night